Hi, Claire Bahn, Gluten-Free Avenger, and today I am doing part one of a two-part series of an Italian feast, and I'm also featuring my stepdaughter Aubrey, who knows a lot about Italian cooking. So the first part is going to be shrimp and pea risotto, and the second part is going to be Parmesan chicken. So stay tuned for part one. Okay, so we are going to get started with the risotto. So Aubrey, basically we have a stock pot here, or a Dutch oven. This is a 5-quart Dutch oven, and we have 1.5 cups of this is the arborito rice, but you said you could use different kinds of rice, right?
Yeah, there's a couple different types of risotto rice. It all depends on if you like something more al dente, or it all just changes.
But this one's like a good solid.
Yeah, this is the one you use most often for risotto.
There you go. So this one, tons of different brands. This is just one that I found at my neighborhood Gelsey. So there you go. All right, so you have the rice in here, and then we have our chicken stock. So the recipe calls for 5 quarts, for 5 cups.
4 cups.
Well, but the last cup you add at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So it calls
4
for
cups at the beginning.
It calls for 5 cups, but 4 cups at the beginning. So let's get started with the. I'll let you do the honors.
Oh, thanks.
And you can always, if you have your own chicken stock that you made, obviously go ahead, use that. I did not do that, so we are using a very nice gluten-free chicken stock, and it should do just fine. Do you usually use the chicken stock,
yeah, I've even used those little cubes that you make, and you heat up the water.
Oh, okay.
But who has time to make chicken stock?
Right. Well, sometimes I use it for my tortilla soup.
Yeah.
But then you're actually making, so I would do the tortilla soup, and then I actually use the chicken that I make the stock with
to make their own.
To add to the chicken, to the soup. So,
Never had time to do that.
Maybe one time we can make a tortilla soup together.
That'd be good.
Okay, so then we put the lid on, and I will let you do the honors. And we put it in the oven. So that is going to be in a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so now we're back over here at the stove. We're going to finish the stuff for our risotto, and so I have about 3/4 pound of cleaned and deveined shrimp. I cleaned and deveined these puppies. It was fun. And then we have our frozen peas, which we'll add in a minute. So then we'll add our shrimp. We already have some garlic in here and some olive oil. Just gonna saute them really quickly for about 3 minutes or so until they get opaque. So normally Aubrey does not add shrimp to her risotto, but I don't know. I kind of like it to be,
I'm just talking about the cheese.
Yeah, well, it's gonna have some cheese. It's gonna have some cheese.
It'll have lots of cheese.
But it kind of reminds me of Mexican rice. In Mexican rice, you gotta always add your veggies.
I know.
And so you gotta have otherwise it's just rice.
Delicious cheesy rice.
So I kind of wanted to make it, really cool because of adding the shrimp. And the shrimp and garlic, oh my god, the smell in here is amazing. It reminds me of the Spanish dish gambas al ajillo. Mm-hmm. You probably dip your gluten-free bread in this olive oil. One of the things that you kind of miss when you go gluten-free is that you go to a Spanish restaurant and they don't give you gluten-free bread to dip in your gambas. Anyway, I should make gambas.
Tortillas?
No, that's Mexican.
No, I bet.
Spanish tortilla is an omelet. So anyway, I'll have to do that next time. All right, so these look really good.
Yeah, I always like the color of shrimp.
I know. Yeah, they start out gray and then they get all this kind of orangey color. Very cool.
Gonna add.
I think they're ready to add the peas. So we're gonna add the frozen peas. Kind of warm them up, give them some flavor. Gonna nicely flavor these up for our risotto. Yeah, I remember when I found out I was gonna have to be gluten-free, and I didn't usually eat that much pasta, as you remember. I mean, sometimes I like ravioli and things like that, but I wasn't a big pasta eater. But risotto, I just always liked.
It's delicious.
It's just so, just warms your belly, you know? That's all good. So that's what's so great about being gluten-free is there are some really amazing things that everyone can eat and you don't feel like you're missing out. Okay, so these are all cooked through, and so we're gonna be right back to put all of this into our risotto, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now the risotto is out of the oven, and we're gonna take the lid off and put all the stuff into it, and the shrimp that we just made, and all that yummy stuff. So should I start with the shrimp?
Yeah, sure. We're just basically throwing everything in.
So easy.
It's super easy.
Throw it in the pot. Oh, fabulous. Is that?
Chicken stock. We'll just put the wine in.
And I'm stirring vigorously.
Yes, that's what it says. Stir it vigorously. 2 to 3 minutes.
And you can always wait if you want to add the shrimp at the end too. Like I think we got a little ahead of ourselves.
We're just very excited.
Sure.
And then we're gonna put my favorite part in, the cheese. I think you were supposed to do like a cup of Parmesan, and this might be slightly more than a cup.
Great.
I couldn't help it. Just finish the container and being economical.
There you go.
So basically just have to make sure everything's
I can smell the wine.
Right?
Smell it?
The dry white wine. It helps, it adds something. Plus you can have it for the rest of your meal.
See, that's what, yeah. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Yay. Yeah, because not only do we cook for the show, but we also eat the stuff at the end. So, you know.
It's the best part.
Our crew and everything is very small, so it's just us eating at the end.
It's basically family dinner.
There you go. Okay.
Put some pepper. So they call for some salt with this recipe, but I don't know if most people know, but Parmesan is super salty. So plus the shrimp, plus everything else, and if you don't use, like you said before,
the low sodium chicken stock,
then it can get pretty salty. So I'd mix everything up, because I make this a lot. I'd mix everything up and then just salt to taste.
That's why I had her make it with me, because she's an expert at this point.
And I love salty things.
All right, so does it look?
Yeah, it looks good. It looks very creamy and nice, which is what you want it to look like.
All right, so should we spoon it up and
taste some? Can I get a spoon real quick?
Okay, we'll spoon it up. We're right back. Okay, let's spoon it up.
Yay! Best part of the show. A little more in there.
Okay, here you go. That's yours.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's do this.
That's some good stuff.
Are you a convert now to adding things to the risotto?
It's very good. I still just like all the cheese.
This is really good. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you try it. Tweet me photos, anything. Let me know what you think. And the recipe is going to be below. And I will see you next time.
Bye.